Okay, guys, as discussed, we said we would be doing grade 8 now. So I don't think there's a need for me to be saying anything more, anything less. It's it's time for grade 8. So you guys can just send the live, share out the live to all the grade 8s. Grade 8. I need grade 8 here. I don't need grade 10. I don't need grade 11. I don't need grade 9. But if there are any grade 9s that are here and that feel like they would get some benefit in being here, then it's great. Okay. Yeah. So remember, this is just a revision for grade 9, guys. Revision for grade 9. Revision for grade 9. Tomorrow I'm writing grade 8 about exponents. Please help. Grade 9 about exponents. Please help. All right, maybe we can help this person. Tanda Zile, are you still here? Just need to indicate in the comment section that you are still here. Tanda Zile. Hello, Tanda Zile. You see, if you request and then you don't appear to me, that's a sign that you don't quite need the help that you think you need. Yeah, so that's, to me, not such a good sign. Okay, can I just get a clear indication that grade 8s are here? All right, because I think I'm not going to really try and custom tailor this to people that basically run away from their own requests. I think let's move as I had planned. Okay, let's start there at the top, guys. Okay, multiple choice question. Choose only the answer and write only the letters A to D next to the numbers 1.1 to 1.5, example 1.3c. So let's start there at the top. Question 1.1. What is the additive inverse of 12? Is it A, negative 24, B, negative 12, C, half? 1 over 12, sorry. D, 1 over 24. So you provide your answer in the comment section. That will be very nice if we can just do that so that we can move along from one question to the next. Okay, so we see Miss Fluter says negative 12, which is B. Snalo says negative 12. K says B. Oizo says negative 12. Guys, remember that when you select according to the letter. So for instance, you see they said example 1.3c. So please, guys, don't select the value. Select the option of the letter. Okay, because even in the actual exam you have to write down the letter. Okay, I see majority of you are saying B and you are 100% correct. The answer is B. What is the additive inverse? Sorry, this thing is saying addictive. I hope you guys are not addictive to the live lesson. I'm just kidding, man. I hope you're not addicted to anything. All right, but additive. All right, sorry, that C was not supposed to be there. So additive inverse is, if let's say we have 12, additive inverse, the goal of an additive inverse is to add a particular number to the number given that will basically give us 0. So if 12 is positive, what number can be added to 12 to give us 0? Then obviously that is what? Negative 12. Additive inverse, as Shai Babylon says in the comment section, additive inverse means a number when added together will equal to 0. So that is why, for instance, we are saying negative 12. The answer is definitely B. So let's never forget what a additive inverse is now and forevermore. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Calculate 12,7 times 0,8 is equal to, is it A, 11,301, B, 11,302, C, 11,303, or D, 11,304? Which one is the option that is feasible for this situation? A, B, or C? So Snalo says C. Shai Babylon is saying C as well. Boys or Cold is saying C. Simkolele Matthew is saying V. Alright, I'm guessing there's the letter V, which I'm not aware of. I think Simkolele needs to actually aware me. Oh, okay, I see. Updated it and said C. Mpile also says C. Okay, so we're having majority of us saying C, 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 right? All right, and indeed, the answer, guys, to this very answer is C. So we're 100% correct. Those who said C, very good. Good job, good job, good job. Moving right along, calculate negative 20 in brackets minus 20 is equal to, is it A, 0, B, 40, C, negative 40, or D, negative 20? Which one is it in the options that are listed above? Negative 20 minus 20, is it A, 0, B, 40, C, negative 40, D, negative 20? All right. So Shami is saying A, Benati is saying A, Snalo is saying A, Nisakanya is saying A, Smkolele is saying A, Boys or Cold is saying blah, Mary Lowe is saying B, and Pila is saying A. All right. Okay, guys. So with this one, hopefully we can see that even if we wrote it out and worked it out, negative 20 you can write down, right? When you remove the bracket, you have a 1 that you cannot see that's outside there. So if you multiply that 1 with negative 20, what do you get? You get a negative 20. Negative times a negative gives you a positive 20. So you have negative 20 plus 20. What's negative 20 plus 20? That gives you a big fat 0. If you were working this out step by step and you were allowed and they said show your steps, you would have to write down the negative 20, then the negative times a negative, because remember, brackets mean multiply. So a negative times a negative is a positive, so you show that positive, negative 20 plus 20. Remember, the signs are different. You are adding. So what do? We hide the sign, all right? Then we subtract. 20 minus 20 is 0. You see? So basically, it is 0, the answer. So the option that is correct was those that said A were 100% correct. Do you guys see those who said C? Okay, do you see why the answer is incorrect? Do you see why your answer is incorrect? I hope you do. Okay, I hope you do. because those signs that are next to each other, brackets mean multiply, you multiply the signs, you get a different answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Which statement is correct? A, 75 plus 5 times 4 minus 70 is equal to 25. B, 75 plus 5 times 4 minus 70 is equal to 20, the 5 times 4 being the one that's in bracket. C, 75 plus 5 times, then the bracket, 4 minus 7, close bracket, is equal to 25. D, negative 75 plus 5 times 4 minus 70 is equal to 25. So which option here is correct, guys? Which statement is correct? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? So before we rush into answering, you need to assess each option. Then you need to actually check each option. And then you choose the appropriate option without rushing. Okay? What's the point of choosing an option because you are rushed, but it's not the right option? Okay, so we can see Snalo says B, Sianba says D, Messi says grade, this is grade 8, Benati is saying B, Oizo Cold is saying B, Ethiopian Kabira is saying A, Simkolele Matthew is saying B, Mpila is saying B, Ethiopian Kabira is saying A. When are you going to do grade 10 paper 1 live? I'm writing on Friday. Why don't you check out my YouTube channel, TK Montana Official? You know very well that I've been doing live lessons for the past few weeks. Even last week, I have full live lessons uploaded onto my YouTube channel. Link is in the bio. You can look, watch. There's so many paper 1 live lessons that I've done. So you can watch any of your choice. And I can promise you, you will definitely pick up on the concepts that you need to pick up on. So take some time, go take a round there. Link is in my bio to my YouTube channel. Go and check it out. I unfortunately am not going to be doing any grade 10. The only grade I'll be doing anything for is grade 11, but not on this platform. So at 10:30, or let me say at 10 o'clock, I'll be changing over to my other TikTok page, and there I'll be doing grade 11 from 10 up until we'll see early hours of tomorrow morning. Okay, we'll see if we can share it apart between grade 11 paper 1 and paper 2 depending on who's there. So go follow me on my other TikTok page. Okay, let's see what is the correct option then, guys. Seems like majority of us said B, so let's check if B is correct. What do we apply when we have multiple operations in a given expression or equation? We apply BODMAS, right? So let's check BODMAS if it leads to the answer, as everybody has said the answer is B. 75 here plus, we keep that for now. We take care of the brackets. What's 5 times 4? In brackets, 5 times 4 is 20. Then, what is 75 plus 20? 75 plus 20 is 95. Then what is 95 minus 70? 95 minus 70 gives us 25. So B is most definitely the correct option. These other options, because brackets are here, BODMAS says we start with the brackets. What's 75? If you look at A, what's 75 plus 5? It's 80. Then you take that 80, you multiply it with 4. That gives you 320. Then 320 minus 70. You see, that's not even close to 25. So A is not an option. What about C? 4 minus 7 is priority because of brackets. Negative 3. Then you multiply the negative 3 with 5, you get negative 15. Then you take 75, you subtract negative 15. That basically gives you what? 60. That's not 25. Then last but not least, D. you first prioritize multiplication, because according to BODMAS, if you have addition and subtraction, you start with multiplication. 5 times 4 is 20. Negative 75 plus the 20. Negative 75 plus the 20 gives you negative 55. Then negative 55 minus 70 gives us negative 125. So not even close. So that's why B is the correct option. So by elimination, B is what we accept. All right. Okay. 1.5. The value of the square root of 0.16 is it A, 0.2, B, 0.4, C, 0.16, or is it D, 0.24? What is the value of 0.6 of the square root, sorry, of 0.16? Is it 2, 0.2? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? Okay. Zikele is saying B. Okay. Sibusisa is saying B. Peng was saying A. Snalo is saying B. Skanya is saying B. Smkolele is saying B. Oiz is saying B. Entle is saying B. Mary Lowe is saying B. Owetu is saying B. Man B saying B. Man B is saying B, of course. Man BB. Ethiopian is saying Kabiri is saying C. Right, let's check this, guys. So here's the thing about decimals. Even let's say without your calculator, if you take 0.16 and you write it as a common fraction, we move the decimal 2 times to the right, we get a whole number of 16. And since it's 2 times, it means 2 zeros and a 1. That basically is 16 over 100. You then go ahead and put that square root. So that will mean the square root of 16 over the square root of 100. That gives you 4. Square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 100 is 10. You write that 4 over 10 as a decimal. What do you get? 0.4. So it makes sense that 0.16 can be written as 0.4. So B is correct. You guys are 100% spot on. Okay. Right. So all those that were able to answer those questions, we are getting 100% for the multiple choice. And isn't that a beautiful feeling to have? To know that we've gotten 100% for the multiple choice. Okay, let's turn over the page. Let's come right smacking bang here. Question 2. Find the factors of 182. Find the factors of 182. Find the factors of 182. Okay, so in the comment section, guys, let us populate our response with all the factors, because remember, if they say find the factors, it means we have to have all the factors of 182 listed. So I'll give you 3 minutes. Well, actually, let's see, how many marks is it? It's 2 marks, so 2 minutes should be sufficient to answer this question. 2 minutes. So let's give you guys 2 minutes to think about the factors, and then when you are 100% spot on ready, you can write them down. I'm doing Mary Lowe, I'm doing grade 9 tomorrow. Okay, I have not as of yet thought of the time, but I'll be doing grade 9. Of course, this is applicable to grade 9 as well. Remember, grade 8 and grade 9, very similar in so many ways, but tomorrow, that's when I'll be focusing exclusively on grade 9. Tomorrow, I will be doing grade 9. Okay. Are you at home tomorrow, Mary Lowe? Are you going to school? Because I could probably wake up tomorrow morning and do grade 9, like early in the morning, and I mean, like, let's say maybe 7 o'clock, we can do 7 to 9 in the morning if you're at home, or you're at home tomorrow. So how about you wake up at 7 tomorrow morning and we can do a 7 to 9 with all the grade 9s that want to do grade 9, and then we can officialize it. So tomorrow's time for grade 9, because earlier on when I came on, I did not have a time. So for grade 9, we'll do 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. How's about that? Okay, grade 9 tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 9. Okay, and then we'll do a second session around about 12 for Shami, because Shami says some of them are writing. So we'll do a second session for grade 9 from 12 maybe up until, let's say, 2. Okay, 12 to 2. So 7 to 9, then 12 to 2. We can do grade 9. Okay, so that sorts out the time. So we have a morning session, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for grade 9. Then we'll have a day session for grade 9 from 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, so I mean 12 basically midday to 12 to 2 for grade 9. Doesn't matter, Illuminati. Just means you're going to have to use my YouTube channel then to watch the live lesson as it would have been done. Okay, so factors of 182. I'm still waiting for those to be listed. Buhle is saying 1, 2, 7, 13, and 14. It seems like Buhle is limited to those. Kungaungwe is saying 2, 7, and 13 only. Pengo is saying 2, 7, and 13 alone. Oizo is saying 2, 7, and 13. But yet the question is saying find the factors of 182. What are factors? Factors are numbers that go into this number without leaving a remainder. And when it says find the factors, it means we need to list all the possible factors of 182. All right. So with just 30 more seconds left for you guys to list the factors. Okay, in completion, remember, don't want just some of them, we want all of them. With but just 30 seconds left. Okay, we've got W there in the comment section who has listed. Okay, I think we can call that time. Okay, thank you guys. That was basically all the time we could give for you to list the factors. So let's think of these. Factors of 182. We write curly brackets and then we list. The first number, 1, which is a natural number, does go into 182 how many times? 182 times. So this is basically where we end. What about the next number, 2? Does 2 go into 182? Yes, it does. How many times? 91. What's beautiful, guys, is that if you have your calculator available here, you can always check these numbers. Let's say you think 2. So you can say 182 divided by 2 so that you can check what is the corresponding value. It's 91. Then that gives you a chance to write the 2, but then to write its pair factor, which is 91. Then you are wondering, is 3 a factor? Maybe you can check with your calculator quickly and say 182 divided by 3. If you get a fraction, it means it's not a factor. So you need to think of another number. After 3, you have 4. Maybe 4 is 1. Let's check 182 divided by 4. We get a fraction, so 4 is not a factor. We think of 5. Okay, 5 not. 6. Maybe we are tempted to think that 6 is a factor. Let's check. 182 divided by 6. Fraction. So fraction or a decimal means it's not a factor. So that means 6 is not. What about 7? Let's check once. Let's check 7. 182 divided by 7. We get 26. So that means 7 does go in. How many times? We write 26 on the other side. This way, we are able to account for most of the factors. We think of 8, 9, 10, 11. We're like, it's not going to work. 13. 13 definitely seems to go. Let's check how many times does the 13 go. So that means we have 182 divided by 13. Interestingly enough, 13 does go how many times? 14 beautiful times. All right. And then we think of the next number after 13, it's 14. So that means that's where we end, because there can't be any other numbers beyond that. So that's all the factors, guys, of 182. One by one. We can even factor in the use of our calculator so that we can account for all of them. Remember, you get marks when all the factors, you get full marks when all the factors have been accounted for. You see why, after checking 13, I found that when I divided 182, say 182 divided by 13, I get the number 14. Now I'm thinking to myself, after 13, I would have asked, does 14 go? Then the next number 15. But the thing is, I can't check the next number 15 and so forth, because the immediate number that had come because of the other numbers was 26. So that means there's no other possible factor. These are the factors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 factors of 182. And that finishes me answering that question. Guys, see how easy it is? 2 marks in the bag. Let's move on to the next question. Find the LCM of 5 and 20. Now, guys, to find the LCM in grade 8, what method have we learned to assist us to find the LCM? Right? In as much as we would probably know what the factor is, what is the LCM, but what method have we learned? Shami, yes, we've learned the ladder method. So here they want to see, right, as a grade 8 learner, they want to see if you will be able to use this method confidently to find the LCM. All right, so let's then apply the method. We take 5, we write it down, we try and find the prime number. Remember, prime numbers are numbers that have only 2 factors, one in itself. Try and find the prime number that goes into 5, the smallest one. Well, it is 5, and it goes into 5 once. So that means if you express 5 as a product of prime factors, it's just 5. Then we go to 20, we do the same thing. What are the prime factors? Smallest prime number, that goes into 20, that is 2. How many times does it go into 20? How many times does 2 go into 20, guys? How many times does 2 go into 20? Yes, Shami, 10 times. Very good. Thank you in the comment section. Then we ask ourselves, what is the smallest prime number that goes into 10? Okay. What is the smallest number that goes into 10? Because we want to write that prime number there. Yes, Shami, it's 2. How many times does 2 go into 10? Yes, Fat. Yes, Pengo. Yes, Marilo. Yes, Nalo. Yes, Brian. Yes, Entle. Yes, Kungao. You guys are 100% correct. 2 goes into 10. Yes, Shami, it goes into 10 5 brilliant times. Very good. Man B, Kungao, Oizo, and Marilo. Then we ask, what is the smallest prime number that goes into 5 again? Isakanya, yes. Nalo, yes. Pengo, yes. Good job. Smallest prime number that goes into 5 is 5. Okay. And then how many times does the 5 go into 5? Snalo, very good. Once. Oizo, very good. Once. So we stop right there. Minute we get that one, we stop. Okay. Product of prime factors now for 20. We are going to write 2 times 2 times 5, which is obviously going to be, how many 2's do we have? 2 of them. How many 5's? Just 1 of them. Now remember, when we now write down our LCM, we choose the common base that has the highest exponent. And even amongst our leftovers, which are not common, we will choose the what? We will choose the base with the highest exponent. So for instance, 5 and 5 are common bases for both numbers. Okay. 5 and 5 are common bases for both numbers, so we choose the common base, which is 5. 2 squared is a leftover, and alone it is a base that has the highest exponent. So we are going to multiply that 5 with the 2 squared. But remember, 5, what is 2 squared? It is 4. And what is 5 times 4? 5 times 4 is 20. So that means indeed the LCM using the ladder method gives us 20. Okay, we choose the common base with the highest exponent. And we also, amongst what is left over, we choose the common base, which has the highest exponent. Then the product of that gives us the LCM. What if they had asked us for the HCF? Then at this stage, if let's say they had asked for the highest common factor, we can still use the ladder method. We would get to this stage for the HCF as well. Okay, then what would we do? We choose the common base. Now here for the HCF, it's only the common base with the lowest exponent. No leftovers. Only the common base with the lowest exponent. So 5 and 5 are common. So we just write 5 because it is common. We cannot include 2 squared because 2 squared is not common for both 5 and 20. All right. So that means the highest common factor of 5 and 20 is 5. So the difference between lowest common multiple when you are using the ladder method and highest common factor is that when you are selecting your answer for the LCM, you are looking for the what? For the LCM, you choose the common base with highest exponent. Okay, so as I said, 5 and 5 for 5 and 20 are common. We choose 5 once. 2 squared is not common, it's a leftover. So you choose the common base with the highest exponent and your left over. I call 2 squared a leftover because it's not common with anything, but it is its own a representation of the base that has the highest exponent. So for LCM, it's always the common base with the highest exponent and your leftovers that are basically the base that has the highest exponent. We include that in the product. But what about highest common factor? Highest common factor, we choose only the common base with lowest exponent. Only the common base with what? The lowest exponent. Okay, so that's just the explanation, and I hope you guys get it and it's clear. Let's come here. Oh, the next question is asking for the HCF. Okay, do you mind doing this together so that we can actually... So once again, we are going to employ the ladder method. So let's do the ladder together of 98 and 70. 98. Come on, help me out. What is the lowest prime number that goes into 98? Let the comment section blow with answers. The lowest prime number that goes into 98. Benati is saying 2, Manby is saying 2, Brian Storman saying 2, Antle Hang saying 2. Iconic, I think you are not even with us here. How can you say 44? Shem is saying 2, Iconic saying 2, Enter saying 2, Mary Lo saying 2, Lisa Kai saying 2, Kungangwen is saying 2, Pango saying 2. Yes, guys, you guys are 100% correct. It's 2. How many times does 2 go into 98? So you can either take your calculator and say 98 divided by 2 if you don't know off by heart, so that you can get the answer immediately. Don't want to be wasting too much time chilling here. Shemi, 2 goes into 98, 49. Kungawa is saying 49. Snell is saying 49. Mary Lou is saying 49. Brian Storman saying 49. 43. Brian Storman saying 43. What a deviation from the answers given below. Let's be careful there. Man be saying 49, not there. Liz is saying 49, Benat is saying 49, Saka is 49, Peng was saying 49. Lucky number 49. So what's the lowest prime number that goes into 49? Smallest prime number that goes into 49? Smallest prime number that goes into 49? Smallest prime number that goes into 49. Kungao is saying 7, Shami is 7, Klotlo is saying 7, Snalo is saying 7. Yes, guys, it is 7. How many times does 7 go into 49? Simkolo Matthew saying 7, Brian Storm saying 7, Lisa Kine saying 7, Snalo saying 7, Sham saying 7, Kungao is saying 1. No ways. 7 goes into 49 7 times, guys. Okay. What is the smallest prime number now that goes into 7? Smallest prime number that goes into 7? Brian Storman saying 7, Snalo saying 7, Shami saying 7. Good. 7. And how many times does 7 go into 7? I'm sure you guys know that 7 goes into 7 once. Thank you. Once. We stop right there. Let's go now and account for the number 70. What is the smallest prime number that goes into 7? Smallest. Thank you, Shami. Shami is so fast. Shami is so fast, man. Yes, your boy Talent, Brian Storman, Benati, Snalo, Mary Low, and Antleha. Smallest prime number that goes into 70 is 2. How many times does 2 go into 70? 35 times. Thank you. 35 times. Smallest prime number that goes into 35. Smallest prime number that goes into 35. Yes, 5, guys. 2 doesn't go into 35. 2 is not a prime number that goes into 35. This next prime number is 5. 5, guys. This is the next prime number. 3 doesn't go, 2 doesn't go in, but 5 does. How many times does 5 go into 35? 7. 7 indeed. 5 goes, you count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 7 times, guys. Or you can take your calculator and say 35 divided by 5, you'll get 7. Smallest prime that goes into 7? Klotlo. Smallest prime that goes into 7? Pango. Klotlo, Pango, and Shemi are saying 7. Very good. Smallest prime that goes into 7. 7. How many times does 7 go into 7? Once. Very good. Then let's see if you guys can actually get to the highest common factor on your own. From this stage, you know that you write down 98 2 times how many 7s? You can just say 7 squared. There are 7. There are 2 of the 7s. This number indicates how many times 7 is repeated. Then 70 is 2 times 5 times 7. We want the what? The highest common factor. Do you guys still remember what we said we choose whenever we want the highest common factor? Do you still remember what we said we choose? We choose the what to basically write down the highest common factor from the product of prime factors that we have gotten for 98 and 70. Brian Storman is saying the answer is 2. Do we all agree? What does everybody else have to say? Yes, Antlehang. Antlehang. Is it the highest number, Antlehang? Are you sure? I don't know about that. Shami is saying the base with the smallest exponent. I am proud of you, Shami. Very good. Shami, you're listening very well. The base with the common base with the smallest or lowest exponent. Snalo is saying the answer is 14. So Snalo has basically made a choice. Okay. I think I'm gravitating towards, let's see. Let's just see more answers here. Hello, Carter. Yeah, guys, if gifts are also up for grabs, I'd really appreciate them. Roses are fine. Ice creams are fine. Anything. Hot meals, taps, on the screen to increase the number of likes. Those things are good. They are welcome. Support of the actual live goal as you see it, that's also welcome. Okay, so yes, guys, common base with the lowest exponent. 2 and 2, we choose 2 ones. 5 has no one, but for highest common factor, we don't choose leftovers. 5 would be a leftovers. It would be chosen if we were talking about lowest common multiple. 7 and 7, common base, but which one has the lowest exponent? It is the 7. So you multiply 2 and 7. What do you get? 14. So kungawo, 100% well done. Snalo, so proud of you. You guys are doing phenomenal. Okay, those marks would all be yours. You will take them home. They will go to Roost. 3 full beautiful marks. That is what I'm talking about. Let's move on. Next question. Divide 50 in the ratio 3:2. All right. Anyone willing to come through and tell me what do we do with questions such as this? Dividing a number into a specific ratio. Dividing a number into a specific ratio. Okay. How do we tackle such? Antlehang is saying we say 3 plus 2. So I'm guessing from what you are saying there, you are saying step 1, we need to add the numbers of the ratio. Add the numbers in the ratio. So 3 plus 2, you are saying, is equal to 5. Step number 1. Okay, so add the ratios, add the numbers of the ratio. 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. 3, remember, this 3 represents 3 parts, is to 2 parts. So 3 parts plus 2 parts gives us 5 parts in total. What's the next step? After we add the ratio, that's a good step to start off with. Then after we add the ratio, the numbers in the ratio, what do we do next? Okay, we can either do this, check what one part is. How? By taking the number 50, dividing it by 5. Okay, we can do that. We can take the 50, which is the quantity, then we divide it by the number, by the total parts. So that means one part will be equal to 10. Okay, one part will be equal to 10. But what do we want? We want to know what is the representation of 3 parts, and we want to know what is the representation of 2 parts. Okay, so then you can just say now 3, because you want to know how much is 3 parts. Say 3 times 10. 3 times 10. That 3 times 10 gives you 30. Okay, then we also know, we want to check what is 2 times 10. The thing is, we know what one part is. One part is 10. So in order to get 3 parts, we need to multiply the 3 with 10. 3 times 10 is 10. Then if we want to find out what's 2 parts, we take 2 parts, we multiply it by 10, the quantity. 2 times 10 is 20. When you add these two, you should be able to get the total that you had initially actually gotten. Okay, so the answer is 30 and 20. That's one way of doing this question. Some kids do this. 3 plus 2 is 5 parts, all right, which is fine. Then what they do after that is they take the 3, they write it over the total. So it's 3 over the total number of parts, and then they multiply by what? By 50. Okay. Then you do the same thing with the 2. You say 2 over the total number of parts times 50. Then you check your answers. Okay, this is another way of doing the very same question, just presented in a different way, but the answer is pretty much the same. So 5 goes into 50 how many times? 10. And then 10 times 3, that is 30. 5 goes into 50 how many times? 10 times. The thing is, the 5 here is in the numerator, the 550 here is, 5 here is in the denominator, the 50 there is in the numerator. 5 goes into 50 how many times? 10. Then 10 times 2, that gives you 20. So guys, this is how we divide. You divide a quantity in a given ratio. We all need to know how to divide a quantity. So here we are dividing 50. 50 is a quantity. We're dividing it into the ratio of 3:2. We're finding that the 3 parts represented in the ratio represents 30 of the 50. And then the 2 parts represented here by the 2 on the right is actually 20 of the 50. Okay. So either method, 100% correct. I hope, guys, we are good and that makes sense. Any questions, guys, about dividing a quantity in a given ratio? Anyone who is like, I'm lost, sir, I don't understand this thing? Because remember, this is just revision. I'm trying to help us to recall our term 1 work, because as we write as we write June exams, it's the term 1 and the term 2 together that needs to be assessed. We are not going to get assessed only with the term 2 work. It's the term 1 that needs to come back as well. Okay, so please, when you are given a question to divide a number in a specific ratio, step 1, you take the ratio. You take 3 and 2, you add them together. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you then take a part, 3 parts. If you look at this method, you'd say 3 over the total number of parts, you times it by the quantity. You will get the first quantity that is represented by the 3. Then you say 2 parts over the 5, you times it by 50, you will get 20. Or this method, if you want to check how much is just 1 part, you take the total quantity, which is 50, you divide it by the total number of parts, which is 5. 50 divided by 5 gives you 10. Then if you want to know what the 3 parts represent, you take the 3, you multiply by the 10, you get 30. You take the 2, you multiply by the 10, which represents 1 part, you get 20. Okay, so straightforward, simple, guys. That's how we divide a quantity in a given ratio. Okay, next question. Let's look at this one. Thomas took out 25,000 rand. Okay, took out a 25,000 rand loan. Okay, from a lender that charges him 22% interest each year. Okay, so Thomas takes out a loan, 25,000 rand loan. Remember, if you take out a loan, you are taking money, but then the person who is going to be giving you the money, they charge you interest, okay, on the money that you have actually taken. So the lender here, which is the person giving the money to Thomas, charges Thomas 22% interest rate each year. So every single year, there's this 22% interest that needs to be paid back by who? By Thomas. Now they are asking how much will he owe in 1 year's time. How much will what? Thomas owe in 1 year's time. So where do we start with a question like this? Okay, where do we start? Okay. Any thoughts from the young grade 8 learners that are here? Do we first and foremost understand the question, and do we also understand the what is it? Do we understand the various aspects that are in play? All right. Yeah, because the question is, in a year's time, how much will Thomas owe? Again, Thomas took out a 25,000 loan from a lender that charges him 22% interest each year. Then they are asking how much will he owe in 1 year's time. Okay, Yeah, the loan amount. That's what we want. How much will he owe in 1 year's time? So, I see Antle Hang says, find out how much is 22%. And Snalo is suggesting that we say 22 over 100, then we multiply by the amount of money he borrowed. That's beautiful. So what do we want? We want to check out what is the percentage. Okay, the percentage. How much is 22%? So how do we find out how much is 22%? Someone is saying you must take the 25,000 rand, you multiply by 22%, but you write and express 22% as 22 over 100. Okay, and then from there you will find out, okay, the percentage that is 22% of the 25,000. So guys, what is 22% of 25,000? What do we get as the value? What is the amount that is? Oh, it's not 250,000. Sorry, it's 25,000. Yes, 5,500. Do we agree? 5,500. So we have 5,500 that is basically being charged. Okay, this is the 22% that is being charged. Okay, so they are now asking how much will he owe in 1 year's time. Okay, how much will he owe in 1 year's time? How much will he be owing in 1 year's time? Remember, he takes the 25,000 rand loan. But then the question is, how much will he owe in 1 year's time? Okay, so do we end right there with the 5,500? Or is there a work, or is there something that we ought to be doing? Okay, because they are saying how much will he owe in 1 year's time. Then you conclude by actually taking, remember, you take that 25,500 because you were charged an interest of 22% of the 250,000. So this only gave you an indication, guys, of the money that you basically what? The money that was charged interest to you. So what then you have to then do is you need to take that loan, that money that you took, all right, which is the borrowed amount. You then add that interest that was charged, which is 22%. So you are actually going to be owing in a year's time how much money? 30,500. Money owed in years time, in 1 year's time, is actually this 30,500. So we must be just mindful there. Okay, this gave us the interest charged. Okay, that was so that we can understand what is the interest that was charged. That 25,000 times 22 over 100. That is the interest charge, the 5,500. When we pay back, we have to pay back the money that we borrowed plus the interest. And we end up paying back 30,500. Okay. Hope that's clear. Okay, for all of us. Let's move on, guys. Here's another question. Okay. A car. What's happening with this car? We are told a car travels. Yeah? A car travels 150 kilometers in what? In 3 hours on a straight road. How many kilometers can it travel in 4 hours at the same speed? So a car travels 150 kilometers in what? In 3 hours on a straight road. Then the question is, how many kilometers can it travel in 4 hours at the same speed? Okay. So what is important here? Okay, what is important here is that thing of, we're talking about rate. Okay, this is a rate question. Okay, this is a rate question. What is rate? Rate is the comparison of two quantities of different types. Okay, so the rate of anything, is quantity A over quantity B. That is the rate of anything. Okay, the rate of anything is quantity A divided by quantity B. So the rate of anything will be quantity A divided by quantity B, generally speaking, right? So distance, speed, and time are different quantities, right? Distance, speed, and time. So it is the speed which we regard as a rate. Speed is regarded as a rate. Okay, so the formula that results because of speed is distance over time. If we want to calculate time, we say distance over speed. If we want to calculate distance, we say speed times time. Okay, so I'm just sharing this as information. This is not how we answer, but I'm just sharing this with you because here what we are dealing with is rate. Okay, above we were dealing with percentages, and I guess you could say just financial maths. Then here we were dealing with ratio, and we are talking specifically about dividing a quantity in a given ratio. So here, with the given information, I can see many people are saying 200 kilometers, how many kilometers can it travel in 4 hours at the same speed? And the Mbaraita is saying 200. It seems like most of you are saying 200. But firstly, before we do anything, right, we need to calculate the speed of this car because it's traveling on a straight road. We need to start there. So step 1, kilometers per hour. Kilometers means distance. 3 hours is time. So therefore what we have to then find is the speed. Okay, so our formulas are here already. Speed is distance over time. So we're gonna say speed is equal to distance over time. So we're gonna say 150 kilometers divided by 3 hours, which will give me 50 kilometers per hour. That will be my speed. Okay, that's where we start, and there's marks that we get just for that. All right, because we need to show our steps towards getting to the answer. So a car travels 150 kilometers in 3 hours on a straight road. So from this, we need to come the speed. So at what speed is this car actually traveling? The speed at which this car is traveling is 50 kilometers per hour because we know its distance and we know the time it has taken for it to be traveling. Then the second part says how many kilometers can it travel. So now we are being asked how many kilometers. So distance is what we are wanting. Can it travel in what? In 4 hours. Time is given to us. 4 hours. How many kilometers can it travel in 4 hours at the same speed? The question is, what same speed are you talking about? You are talking about the speed it was traveling in to begin with, which we have luckily calculated. It is 50 kilometers per hour. So we can record the speed 50 kilometers per hour. Now therefore, because we have the time and we have the speed, it means we can use the formula and calculate the distance. Distance is going to be speed times time. So distance is going to be speed times time. You can just write S times T. The speed is 50 kilometers per hour. The time is 4 hours. Then what do? We multiply. Okay, 50 times 4. And the unit for distance is going to be kilometers. We have 200 kilometers. So all of you that said 200 kilometers are 100% correct. But what the examiners need to see on your paper, they need to see the step-by-step working out. If they don't see that, then it's very hard for them to give you the marks. Okay, right? Mahle, it can't be called the average speed. Remember, they are saying a car is traveling 150 kilometers in 3 hours on a straight road. Ne? So this is a straight road, and usually if it's a straight road, it most likely means that there are no cars. And this is very ideal. It's a very ideal situation. This thing is saying how many kilometers can it travel in 4 hours at the same speed. You know? So that means it was traveling at 50 kilometers per hour. It continues to do so. Okay, so this is a constant speed. Okay, a constant speed, because remember the word constant means the same. Okay, yeah. All right, so I hope that's clear, that calculation. Me is going to move on now. Turn over the page. Okay, as we continue our revise of term 1. All right, I'm intending to go live again for grade 8s tomorrow evening. Why? Because the intention is to actually do term 1 stuff and for you guys to return back to your understanding of the term 1, so that as you practice on your own at home, you can have some confidence in knowing what it is that you need to be doing as you look at previous papers and as you practice other things as well in preparation for your maths papers that you'll be writing at your schools. Okay, yeah, we'll shoot for 8:30 again. Let's do 8:30 tomorrow again, grade 8s. Okay, unless you guys think an earlier time would be nicer, you can suggest in the comment section an earlier time, and I'll be happy to see, you know, according to the votes, how many people what time you think. So you can suggest. Okay guys, 3.1.1, this is another thing that requires steps. If you don't show the steps, guys, you will lose marks. This thing is saying calculate. Calculate means you need to show the steps. Calculate the following. So when you write this, you need to first write down 48. What do you see here? A positive. What do you see here? A negative. What do brackets mean in maths? What do brackets mean, guys? Okay, because I know you all want to tell me the answer, but what do brackets mean? Brackets mean multiply. So 8, the positive times the negative. You need to first write this down. Resolve the sign in between.
Welcome to Zambia.
So positive positive times the negative is the negative. Okay, you get a mark for that. Then 48 minus 22. You see, now you can tell me 26. Okay, we don't want answers only. We want to see you writing down the steps. Okay, grade 8s, we need to see you writing down the steps so that we can have reason to give you marks. Are we together? Calculate suggests that we need to show steps to the answers. That's what the word means. It's a verb that means show the steps. Determine is a verb that means you need to show steps. Solve is a verb that means I need to see your steps towards the solution. You can't just write the answer, or you can't just grab the calculator and write down the answer. I repeat again, 48 plus brackets minus. Brackets in maths mean multiply. So if you have two signs next to each other and there's a bracket, it means multiply. So you have learned in integers that a positive times a positive is equal to a positive. A positive times a negative is equal to a negative. A negative times a negative is equal to a positive. So by now you should know what you ought to do step by step. Let's move on to the next question. This question here, what does it ask you to do? Or what does it remind you that you should be considering as you try and answer this question? You need to consider who? Yes, Nalo. Need to consider Mr. Bodmes. B is Mr. Bracket. O, orders. Orders means exponents and your roots in that order. D, division. M, multiplication. A, addition, and S, subtraction. So when you approach this question, you need to follow the order of Bodmes. It's a strict order. You don't deviate, you don't jump. Let's say you come to subtraction, but you have not done the above. Okay, so step by step, we need to see that you are applying Bodmes correctly. Okay. Okay, so apply Bodmes correctly, we'll be happy. Apply Bodmes incorrectly, we will be unhappy. So the smaller nyana brackets get the attention, the first attention. Everything else needs to come to a halt. We come here inside this bracket. Negative 12 divided by the 4. What's negative 12 divided by 4? And negative divided by positive is a negative. Then 12 divided by 4 is 3. So we have negative 3 there. Okay. Yeah, that's a mark there because we are observing the bracket. 20 times 30. There is no exponents. The bracket here I'm going to resolve. That's plus and minus. That means multiplication. So now I'm going to prioritize multiplication wherever it be found. So for now, we're going to keep the big bracket. We can say the division gets priority. So we say 2 times 30 divided by 5. What's 30 divided by 5? It is 6. Positive times a negative is negative 3. So you see, guys, what you see is the negative 3 that has come about because of brackets. Order. Division, 30 divided by 5, 6. Multiplication, positive times a negative is -3. Multiplication there as well, we have 4 minus, in brackets, 2 times 6 is 12, 12 minus 3. Then we have 12 minus 3 inside there. We have 4 minus, 12 minus 3, guys, is what? 9. Okay? Then negative times a positive in the bracket. That is 4 minus 9. Hey, what is 4 minus 9? -5. You forgot the 3 after the 5. Oh, I did. It's true. I did forget the 3 after the 5. Do you see how fast or how excited I was? Let's do this from this stage. Thank you so much, guys. My mistake, my fault. Okay, let's take it there. Let's take it there. I forgot the 3. Do you see what happens, guys, when we miss stuff? I messed up. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up so bad. I messed up. I messed up. Okay, but it's not a train smash, eh? Okay, so at least you guys saw me make a big mistake of missing a number. So what I love is that when I make big mistakes like that, do you know what it means? It simply means that mistakes can be made even by the best of us. Is that the end of the world? No. Does that mean we're human? Yes. But please learn from my mistake. The only thing I'd hope you guys do is learn from my mistake. So as you write your own papers at school, make sure that when you are writing out a particular question, ensure that every single little detail of what you are writing out is exactly what should be written out, okay? So let's take it there, the 4 minus, okay? So we keep that bracket, 2 times the 30. So we're gonna say 2, the times we're gonna keep for now, and then 30 divided by 5, it's still going to be 6, plus the 3 into -3. We close the bracket, ne? Yeah, I think 1 mark there, we've got another 1 there. All right, then because we are done with B, there was no O, exponents and roots. D we just took care of. So we've taken care of brackets, we've taken care of division. Now it's time to take care of multiplication. Remember that brackets in maths mean multiply in this situation because we resolved what was inside. Okay, so then we're going to do the multiplication. 4 minus, we keep, 2 times 6 is 12. Then the 3 times the -3. Positive times the negative is a negative. 3 times 3 is 9. Keep the bracket. Then multiplication, we are done with multiplication. Next step is the bracket now, the big one. So we go back to bracket. 12 minus 9. What's 12 minus 9, guys? 12 minus 9 gives us 3. Then 4 minus, the minus gets multiplied with the +3. Negative times a positive, we have 4 minus 3, the bracket is removed. Then 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Okay, so from the bracket back to the bracket, we went back to multiplication, then subtraction, then answer. Okay, did you see this, guys? 1 is the answer. 1 is the beautiful answer. And all we did there was actually move down with BODMAS. We've checked every line by line of BODMAS so that what happens at the end of the day, that at the end of the day, we can actually get, okay? We can actually get to the answer. Those who are saying they can't understand, guys, remember that the only reason that you are saying you can't understand is because BODMAS is not something that you are probably following whenever you are given an expression with many operations. When you have many operations, in a given expression, you must remember BODMAS. So what this says is you must observe a strict order when working with an expression with many operations. So firstly, you start with the brackets. Now the thing is, there's the big bracket which is covering everything. We can't start with that. We go inside and we locate the small bracket. Then we work inside and resolve that bracket. Okay? So we keep the 2 times 3 divided by 5 plus 3, and then we take care of what is inside the bracket as BODMAS says. What's negative 12 divided by 4? A negative divided by a positive is a negative. Then what's 12 divided by 4? It is 3. That's why in this bracket you have negative 3. First correct step you have taken is getting negative 3 as the answer inside the bracket. Okay. Tick. That was BODMAS B. Okay. Then we continue and we write 4 minus now. 2 times 30 divided by 5 plus 3 into negative 3. When we move on, we are like, okay, is there another bracket? Well, there's that one, but there's nothing to resolve inside. This one is complete. So we move on. Any orders, meaning exponents and roots? No. Any division? Yes. We have division. Where is it? Here. So we are now going to write the whole entire thing. 4 minus bracket 2 times. Now there's a 30 divided by 5. We need to apply the division because it's the next thing that comes after your orders, division. So what's 30 divided by 5? We get 6. Tick. Division done. After division, what comes next? Multiplication. Where are the multiplications? Well, 4 minus, we have in brackets 2 times who? 6. So there's multiplication here. Then you follow it with plus 3. Brackets. What do brackets mean in maths? Multiply. So we have 2 things we can multiply. 2 times 6 and 3 times negative 3 because brackets mean multiply. So what is 2 times 6? We get 12. What is positive 3 times negative 3 because brackets mean multiply? 3 times negative 3 gives us negative 9. So tick, tick for what? For multiplication being done. After multiplication is done, we check again. What is left? We have 4 minus brackets, 12 minus 9 brackets. So now we go back and we're like, well, let's take care of what is inside these brackets. So we go back to B. What's 12 minus 9? It's 3. Tick. Answer. Then we ask, is there any orders? No. Division? No. Multiplication? Yes. The negative with the bracket. What's a negative times a positive? We remove the bracket. It's negative 3. Tick. Final answer. We have subtraction. We've jumped multiplication, no addition, the subtraction. 4 minus 3 is 1. Answer. Okay. No, guys, those are not all the marks. These are just the steps that I am applying BODMAS to. Okay. It is 4 marks. Okay. But look at the work that you think as you do apply the strict order of BODMAS. Now, someone who does not have discipline to follow the order, who wants to do his own thing, will end up in very hot water because they'll get an answer which they think is 100% correct, but it sucks. Or you'll be like me. You'll write all the steps, think that you got negative 5, you'll miss out on a number. Why? Because you lack discipline. So please, guys, let's follow the order, okay, of BODMAS. Okay, let's move on to 3.1.3. We don't have too much time left in this live, my beautiful grade 8s. 2 to the power 0 plus 4. Mickey, we are going to do term 2 work tomorrow, because this one is focusing on term 1 work, because I'm trying to revise and get our term 1 work back. Okay, 2 to the power 0 plus 4, remember, you must show the steps here. 2 to the power 0, any base raised to the power 0 according to exponents, yes, Shemi, anything to the power of 0 is 1. So we write 1 plus 4. You must show that step, guys. And then what is 1 plus 4? 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay. Marks. Moving right along. Square root of 9 plus 16. All right. We don't just write the answer, guys. We must show the steps. Now, inside the square root, what do you see? An addition of what? Of the same terms, like terms. So what is 9 plus 16? Inside the bracket, you get 25, the square root of 25. That is the first mark. Then, what is the square root of 25? It is 5. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Hey, Kaloko, these are like terms, 9 plus 16. Okay, let us not fall into the trap of thinking we split 9 and 16. This is incorrect. Remember, guys, that the root splitting law only applies when you are multiplying 2 things inside a root. Then you can split, or when you are dividing things inside a root, then you can split. But if you are adding and subtracting, if you are adding and subtracting, if you are adding and subtracting, no, you do not do such rubbish. This is nonsensical, guys. It is rubbish. It is trash. You think other things are trash. This is trash. The minute you think of splitting a plus and a minus sign, we do not do such. Absolutely wrong, 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 wrong. So some of you may have done this. What you get is 3 plus 4. Can't be. It's wrong. Can't be. 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 We don't do this. We don't do this. We don't do this. We don't do this. Ha 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 ha. We don't do this. 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 Okay, please, guys. All right. So who do we split for? Multiplication of bases, division of bases. Splitting is allowed. But with plus and minus, we don't do this. 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 So this is the correct one. 9 plus 16 is 25, right? Some of you are asking yourselves, how? 5 times 5 is 25, right? If you write 5 times 5 as 5 squared exponent, remember, if 5 squared is under the square root, what is the square root of 5 squared? You can actually rewrite this as 5 to the power 2 divided by 2, which is 5. Just something to think about. The square root of a square. The square of a square root would be removing the cancelling of the square. All right. Or you can look at it this way. This exponent 2 is the 2 that's in the numerator. But because this is a square root, we remove the square root by dividing by 2. If it was a cube root, we would divide by 3. If it was a fourth root, we'd divide this 2 by 4. If it's a fifth root, we would divide this 2 by 5. Okay? I hope the logic is there. So that is why we say the square root of 25 is 5. So we can just write this. You get your marks, all of them. 9 plus 16, those are like terms. Add them for crying out loud. And then the square root of 25 is 5. Because this, guys, is nonsense. This is rubbish. That is trash. We don't do this. We don't do this. Okay? I hope you got my message loud and clear. What we do and what we don't do. Okay. I am really taking time now from the other session that I'm supposed to be going to for grade 11s, but yeah, I guess they'll be patient. They'll have to be patient, eh? 6 plus 3 brackets minus 4 minus 3 brackets into 4 line all over brackets 2 plus 3 close brackets minus 3 close brackets. We need to simplify this. So again, who do we think about? BODMAS. And we consider what is happening in the numerator and we take care of it. Take care of what's in the denominator, and then hopefully the division will happen because this line is a divide line. So negative 6 can stay put for now. 3 with the minus 4 is multiply. Minus 3 and the 4 is also multiply. So here at the top, we have, according to BODMAS, multiplication, which seems to be of the higher order at the top. At the bottom, we have brackets, so we will take care of that. And then after that, we will multiply because the relationship between these two is multiply. So let's go. Negative 6, positive 3 times negative 4. What's a positive times a negative? A positive times a negative, because brackets mean multiply, remember that? So what's a positive sign times a negative sign? Waiting patiently for those. Thank you, man B. Thank you, Snalo. Positive times a negative is a negative. We multiply the sign first. Then we multiply the number. 3 times 4 is 12. Then we come here again. What's a negative times a positive? Because brackets mean multiply. What's a negative times a positive again? We get a negative, guys. And then what's 3 times 4? We multiply the sign first, then we multiply the number. 3 times 4, that gives us 12. So you see how in the numerator we are able to get these values nicely. Nice. And that basically makes it possible for your teacher to say, let me give this person marks because this person understands what's happening there at the top. You know? Let's come down now. Brackets we can take care of. 2 plus 3, that gives us 5. Into negative 3. We are going to take care of that now. Okay? At least we observed BODMAS. We took care what's inside the bracket. Okay? Now we're going to multiply. Alright? We are going to multiply very soon. Let's first take care of what's here. Minus 6 minus 12 minus 12. What's minus 6 minus 12 minus 12? Someone give me the answer. Minus 6 minus 12 minus 12. Guys, if you don't know, take your calculator, I beg you guys, just so that you can have the right answer at the top. Minus 6 minus 12 minus 12. It's not 0, Imran. Yo, guys. These are the things that make me cry. But guys, can I ask you to use Mr. Calculator? Mr. Calculator won't fail you. Your brain might do that, but Mr. Calculator won't. Minus 6. Let's type in the calculator. On. Minus 6 minus 12 minus 12. Look. You see? Then press equal. You, what a miracle! What a miracle! You calculate a miracle worker. Yesterday, Mr. Calculator, you're such a miracle worker. Look, Mr. Calculator did a better job than Umbrata. Umbrata said positive 15. Did a better job than Anime Boy. Anime Boy said 30. You see, it did a better job than Imran. Imran said 0. Guys, Mr. Calculator, what a miracle worker. You're such a miracle worker. When all else fails, guys, please use him. So at the top we have negative 30. 5 times negative 3. At the bottom now we can multiply. What's 5 times negative 3, guys? 5 times negative 3. Positive times a negative. And then 5 times 3. We get a... Hi Imran, I'm going to judge you. Me, I judge you. I judge very well here. You are in my space. You are in my platform. You are in my territory. I will judge you. And then hopefully you will experience the judgment and you will change your ways. Because this judgment is not eternal. It's just temporal. So that you can change your ways. Yes, negative 15, guys. A positive times a negative is a negative. Let's start there. Then 5 times 3 is 15. So you see now you have negative 30 divided by negative 15. What's a negative divided by negative? What's a negative divided by negative, guys? What's negative divided by negative? It's positive. What's 30 divided by 15? It's 2. Imran, don't take it personal. You are here to be judged. You come into my platform, you will be judged for days. You will either allow yourself to learn through the judgment, or you will allow yourself to basically be discouraged and become despondent. It's a choice. Okay, guys, you see, beautiful. Let's move on here. You see, guys, so please, I beg you, just do the step by step. I need to see you. You see, I see negative. I need to see that. I need to see you adding the 2 and the 3 inside the bracket, applying BODMAS in the denominator, the negative 3, multiplying the 5 and the negative 3, getting negative 15, getting the negative 30 at the top, dividing the 2 numbers, getting 2. Okay, let's come to 3.1.6, my beautiful people. 2 into negative 3 plus 8 minus 2. Again, what comes to your mind? BODMAS. First thing, brackets. But these brackets, what do they mean? Nothing to be resolved inside, more of something that needs to be multiplied. So multiplication gets priority. Yes, man B. Man B in the comment section doing the most. Man B's first negative 6, my guy. Positive times negative. 2 times 3, go see. So negative 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Plus who? Plus the 8. Negative times a negative is what? Keep positive and 2. Okay. All right. Very good, Lwandle. Very good. Negative 6 plus 8 plus 2, Lwandle. Very good. Now, You see, when you have these terms, you see, ba, making sure that those signs you are multiplying your terms are 100% correct. Now it's just time to add. We have 8 plus 2. 8 is positive, plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. What's 10 minus 6? Aye, guys, this one. But you know what? When all else fails, you don't know what to do. Who do you call? Mr. Calculator. Guys, if you don't know, just come to Mr. Calculator. Give him the numbers. This first step, at least you must write down. Then give Mr. Calculator the numbers. If you don't know, -6 plus 8 plus 2. Look at that. 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 Look at that answer. Look at that, guys. 4. You see? Marks. Shazam. 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 Okay. 3.1.7. The square root of 5 plus 10 times 2. Who do you think about again? Guys, board maths is everywhere. If you are bored, then you are a mess. Then come and do maths. In maths is a game. If you're bored, then you are a mess. Then come and do. Maths is a game. And maths. And play the maths. Okay, anyways, 5 plus 10 times 2. Where do we start? Where do we start? 5, hold it, plus 10 times 2, 20. Do you see? 5, hold it. Do you see that? 5 must hold it because according to board maths, who gets priority? Multiplication first. Okay? If in your head you are going to say 5 plus 10 is 15, 15 times 2 is 30. Nonsense. 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 What about board maths, guys? There's rules we need to follow here. There's rules we need to follow here, guys. There's rules. We need to follow rules. Some of you hate rules. That's why maths is such a pain for some of you, because you hate rules. You hate rules. You hate rules with your whole life. You don't like rules. Guys, board maths is an important rule. And if you break the order of following the rules with board maths, board maths will break you. And maths will break you as well. Alright, guys, I hope you are getting me here. This is the problem. We don't want to follow rules. Okay? So we follow the board maths rule. We observe. We don't do our own thing. Do what's right in our own eyes. You know, this is the generation we're living in. You want to do what feels good to you. No, guys. There are rules. You know, whether you feel like it or you don't, follow the order of board maths. Okay? Follow the order. So I'm not going to say 5 plus 10 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. That's nonsense. I'm not following the rule of board maths. Board maths says brackets. Okay, there's none. O means roots. So basically the root is there, but we focus on what is inside. D, no division. M, yes, there's multiplication. Take care of the multiplication. 10 times 2 is 20. Then what's 20 plus 5? Because addition comes after multiplication, not the other way around. 25. Are you hearing me, guys? Then what's the square root of 25? Square root of 25. We've been dealing with the square root of 25, guys. Kept that. Guys, where my gifts at? Where my gifts at? Where my gifts at? Where my gifts at? We are following, but where are my gifts at? You must call your mothers and your fathers and your rich uncles, your daddies, papas. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because some of you are like, ish, I see now. Okay? Yeah. We're giving you eyes to see. All right? Please, guys, please. Okay? Please. All right. False invite there. False invite. Okay. What is it? What is it? What is it? Some of you want to study term 2. Unfortunately, I will not be the person to help you with that. Because I see most of you are saying, we're writing tomorrow. Yeah. I guess the only thing that would probably keep me here for real is if someone would literally smash my live goals. If you would smash my live goals, I'll abandon the grade 11s. At least the grade 11s have content that I've put up for them on my YouTube channel. So I could probably spend the rest of the evening and do term 2 work. But you see, guys, like I said, this needs your uncles, your papas, I see your papas going into battle mode, some of these battles on TikTok and around, supporting these content creators that are here and giving them big gifts for entertainment. This is for studies, for maths, for your education. So, I mean, like I said, I think it's only fair. So, guys, what is 14 over 100 times the 64? So it's 8 Rand 96. Is it 8 Rand 96? They are angry today, yo. Who's angry? Why are they angry? Because they're saying they are angry today, yo. I want 8 Rand 96. So that is it, guys. The value of 14% of 64 Rand. There it is. Okay. Next question, 4.2. A calculator. They are saying here, a calculator is marked at 300 Rand. If the store offers a 30% discount on the calculator, how much will it cost? %30 discount. How much will the calculator cost? Okay, someone is saying 210. I know Hope, unfortunately, I couldn't leave this live just yet. I'm concluding the very last few questions. I'll be with you now because, yeah, it's just that these grade 8s, you can imagine, Moss, you know how it is. So you're just gonna have to be patient. This is the second last question that I'm concluding with. So 10:30, I'll have to cross over that side. Okay, just be patient with me. I'm sorry. Don't die on. Don't be too mad. Okay. So let's see what the discount is. Let's check what the discount is first. How do we check the discount? We say 30% off 300, because we want to know how much is the discount. 100 into 300 goes 3 times, then 3 times the 30 is how much, guys? Here we go. It's going down. KBM, my goodness. Thank you so much for the paper crane. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yo. Thank you so much. Now that was a smash on my live. Oh my goodness, KBM. Thank you so much, bro. Yo, guys, I don't know what to do. That is true support. KB, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, KB. I really appreciate it. I know that every single time you rock up here, you're always doing the most for the the support of me in these live lessons. So I really appreciate you a lot, man. I really do. I really, really, absolutely do. I feel like sometimes words fail to really capture what I mean as far as the gratitude. But thank you so much. It means the world. Mr. Calculator, Mickey says it's 90. Very good. 90 Rand. So that's the discount, right? So we don't want to know what the discount is, because that's not what they asked. They didn't ask what is the value of the discount. They said a calculator is marked at 300. If the store offers a 30% discount on the calculator, how much will the calculator cost? So Pilisiwe then says we need to further take then another step. Take 300, which is the value of the calculator, subtract the discount, which is 90 Rand. And I see majority of you have basically said that the value of the calculator is 210 Rand, which is 100% correct. You guys are spot on. Okay. Spot on. Thank you so much, KB. Yo, KBM is like, yeah, man. I feel like I have a father in the life that comes and supports me like insanely when it comes to gifts. And KBM has become like literally an integral part. All right. And I just want to express gratitude for the moments when you've been able to do such. Thank you so much. Big time. It's you who's been like really supportive in the gifts. Someone called Sekhameti has been amazing as well, exceptionally amazing, like in supporting me with gifts in the lives that I do. And also Shai Babylon, who like also has just been phenomenal with the gifts, and I really appreciate it. You guys, literally, you must know that is what you might call, it is my love language. Gifts. Some love words of affirmation. I love words of affirmation too, but like I really absolutely love gifts. So thank you so much. So look at this last question. Mr. Madikizela takes out a loan of 30,000 Rand at an interest rate of 8% per annum, simple interest. Determine, okay, let's say Mrs. then, because consistency would be true that if it's a Mrs., then determine her monthly payments if the loan is paid back over a period of 5 years. I mean, it would make total sense if we said her, right? So let's reread again. Mrs. Madikizela takes out a loan of 30,000 Rand at an interest rate of 8% per annum, simple interest. Determine her monthly repayments if the loan is paid back over a period of 5 years. So the question is, how much will Miss Madikizela have to pay every month if the loan has to be paid over a period of 5 years? So any thoughts, guys? And this is a nice question, food for thought. What would you personally advise we do? Anyone who would like to request and come up, and let's have someone become Matt's goated, if you want to say it. Let's goat someone. Who wants to be goated this evening? Right, because unfortunately this is where I am going to be ending with y'all. Thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the heart me. Okay, let's see. I think W. Is it W? Hello, W. Is it W?
Hi.
How are you, W?
I'm good, and you?
I am fine, W. Are you gonna help us answer the last question with you?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna be officially goated this evening?
Yeah. Should I start?
Awesome. Epic, yes you can.
Okay, the question says Mrs. Madikizela takes out a loan of 30,000 in an interest rate of 8%. Wait. 8% per annum simple interest. Determine her monthly repayments if the loan is paid back over a period of 5 years. So, firstly, we have the formula for the simple interest, which is, wait, give me a minute. Which is A equals to B P open bracket 1 plus I N close brackets. So we'll first say A equals to B 30,000.
Okay, so you're saying P is 30,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then open bracket plus 1.
1 plus,
plus,
yes.
Okay. Plus 1. Here's the question. Plus 8 over 100 multiplied by 5.
8 over 100 multiplied by 5. So that is to say that I is equal to 8 over 100 and N is equal to 5. I means interest rate, P means principal amount, which could be either if it's a loan, then it's your loan amount. If it is an investment for savings, then it's your investment amount. So in this case, it's your loan amount. Okay, go on.
Then you'll first put 30,000 on your calculator.
Put 30,000. 30,000, yes. 30,000, yeah.
Then open bracket plus 1.
Okay, 1 plus, 1 plus.
Yeah, 1 plus. Then after it will be 8 over 100, which is it is equal to 0.8 if I'm not mistaken.
Yebo. But you see, my calculator can do such wonders with the fraction. Okay, yeah.
Then we'll say equal to. So that is our answer.
That is our answer for.
That is our answer for Mrs. Madizel.
Okay, so check this out. It says determine her monthly.
Oh, then after we will say 42,000 minus 30,000.
Okay, you're saying 42 what?
1,000 minus 30,000.
42,000 minus 30,000. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so if we say 42,000 minus 30,000, okay, you get 12,000.
Yes.
So why are you saying 42,000 minus 30,000?
I think that is the total answer.
That is the total answer. Okay, so once again, the question is saying determine her monthly repayments. Do you understand when you say monthly repayment? Because remember, if you take out a loan, which is in this case you have 30,000 that you've taken out as a loan, there's a certain interest that is being charged for you taking out that amount, right? And the interest rate is 8%. Okay, so that means every year, because this is simple interest per annum, so every year there's like this 8% that is being charged, which you are going to eventually have to pay back on top of the amount that you took out as a loan. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes. So now they are saying determine Ms. Madikizela's monthly repayments if the loan is paid back over a period of 5 years. So what you have here is actually the total amount, everything that Ms. Madikizela is going to have to pay back after how many years? Or after 5 years of having taken out that loan. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now they are saying to you, I'm guessing the agreement that's going to be happening with Ms. Madikizela is that she is going to have to pay back or pay a certain amount every month for the period that the loan is being taken out. So he's going to make repayments. He's going to pay back. Does that make sense? He's going to pay back a certain small amount every month, so that by the time 5 years finishes, at least Ms. Madikizela can basically say, okay, I've been able to pay back the full loan amount.
Yes.
Right, or the full amount. Okay, so if it is 42,000 that in total Ms. Madikizela is basically going to be taking, he's taken 30,000 rand. Then obviously when you said to me I must say 42,000 minus 30,000, that is going to reveal to me how much interest that the bank is going to have to be paid by Mr. Madikizela, additional to the loan amount that he took out. So now we want to find out what is the amount that Mrs. Madikizela is going to pay every month so that he can settle the loan that he's taken out. Okay, so in 5 years, how many months do we have? That's the question.
In 5 years, I think we have 60.
Okay, so months in 5 years, right? You have 60, right?
Yes.
So we're going to say 5 times 12, which gives you 60 months. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Then you are going to take this amount, this 42,000. You are going to divide it by 60. Thank you, Sevameti.
Which is equal to be 700.
Yeah, there we go. So the monthly repayments that she is going to have to make, my dear, she's going to have to pay a basic 700 rand every month, so that after 5 years she will have settled the loan together with the interest
Yes.
that was charged to her. Okay. And can I just say this, W? This is I'm just gonna call you W, right? I hope you don't mind.
Yes.
The thing is, this is something that I feel like, in as much as in pure maths, you get taught all of these things, like, with financial maths and so forth. There is the practical side of life that you are going to have to deal with as a student finishing school one day. When you no longer are living under your parents' wise guidance, if you want to call it that, and then you have to be on your own and you have to make financial decisions. So in as much as we're doing calculations here, there's the other side of it, which is the more practical real life application of this. Okay. I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry if it offends some, but we see us black people, we really struggle with finances, and we struggle with basic financial literacy. Eh? We are financially illiterate many times. And in as much as we go to school, we get all this education, and sometimes I must say, even you can blame the system if you want, you can blame many things. But this is one aspect whereby we need to kind of learn how to manage and deal with our finances. Some of us, we find ourselves in deep debt because we take out loans for things really that, ish. Sometimes you look back and you be like, hey, that was not a wise decision. I took an impulsive, emotional decision, Now I'm paying for it. So like there's that other aspect which is not really covered at school. We don't talk about it as much. But yeah, so these scenarios, hopefully as you look at them, you can be sensitized to the fact that, hey, one day it's going to be me. I'm going to have to make these decisions. The decision to save for something over a period of time and wait and not gratify your desires at that moment, or get into take out a loan, get into serious debt, and have to pay back that amount of money and interest, on interest for many years, So yeah, those are decisions that one has to make as well. So yeah, I know that was a nice rambling there, but there's that side to it as well. So you must also, yeah, man, even your parents, man, you must talk to your parents about these things as a child at home, because one day you are going to have to navigate life on your own, my dear. And when that time comes, you need to have a level of wisdom, some of which I think your parents can actually impart to you. But also with the exposure of internet and the information, the way that you guys have, you have the opportunity. There's information that is at your disposal everywhere, where you can get financially educated and you can get to know things so that you can navigate your own personal life well after you are done with school. Anyways, thank you, W. All right. Thank you for helping us answer the question up until this point. I hope this aspect, though, that we talked about here makes sense to you, because the question maybe deviates from many questions that you've answered on simple interest. This one was asking for us to determine the monthly repayments if the loan is paid back over a period of 5 years. And so we had to actually take the number of years, multiply by the months that we know 5 years entails, which is 60 months. Then we take that 42,000, we divide by 60, and then bam, we can see, oh, okay, Ms. Matikuzela has to pay back 700 Rand in order to pay back that loan within that 5-year period. 700 every month he needs to actually send in the direction of that financial institution where she took out that loan from. Okay. Otherwise, thank you, W. You are W'd. You are goated. Thank you so much. Okay. When are you writing, by the way, W? Or have you written? Or
tomorrow I'm writing my maths paper 2.
Maths paper 2 for grade what?
For grade 9.
Oh, grade 9. Aibo, you're writing 2 papers, grade 9?
Yeah, we've already wrote the first one. Then tomorrow we are writing the second one.
What topics? What topics are you guys covering on your second paper?
For term 2, let me just see, we are going to do solve for X, the graphs, the algebraic expression.
And that's grade 9.
Yes.
So you're doing solve for X. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this with you very quickly. because you are here. All right. Oh my goodness, KBM, thank you so much for the hand heart. Much appreciated. Sefamit, thank you for the roses. Oh my goodness, KBM, thank you so much. Really appreciate you, sir. Very quickly, my dear, I want to because I guess you're here.
Yes.
6.1. So you're doing algebraic expressions for tomorrow. Is that true or not?
That is true.
Oh, okay. Here we have 6.1. What is an algebraic expression containing two terms called? What do we call an algebraic expression containing two terms?
Those are the binomials.
Okay, binomial. Epic. Okay, let's move on. What are x and y in the expression 2y to the power 4 minus 3x squared y squared plus 5x to the power 3 referred to as?
Trinomial.
I repeat again. What are x and y in the expression referred to as?
Those are the variables.
Thank you, variables. Okay, moving right along. Simplify the following fully. 9x to the power 4y squared.
Wait.
No problem. Great, then tomorrow, guys, we spoke about this. I'm just doing mercy to this young lady because, you know, mercy happens sometimes.
The answer equals to be 3x squared y.
3x squared y. How did you get 3x squared y, if I may ask?
Firstly, I pressed 9 on my calculator, then I pressed the equal sign. After I press the shift, then there are 3 commas under the square root. Then you'll get 3 to the power of 2. Then I open.
Okay, yes.
Then I said x to the power of 4 and y to the power of 2.
Okay.
Then after I divide, since we have a square root, we'll divide the exponents by 2.
Oh, okay. I see what you did. So the square root for each division by 2 because of the square root for each, and then I guess the final answer, right?
Yes, it's 3x squared y.
Awesome. Yeah. I think you're on top of your game. X plus 5 into x minus 3. Want to expand that for me? Simplify the following.
Okay, let me calculate it. Then we are going to say what multiplies the other bracket multiplies what is inside the other bracket, which is equal to be x squared minus 3x plus 5x minus 15, which is x squared plus 2x minus 15.
Okay, wow, good job. All right, so you definitely know your stuff, that's for sure. 6.3.3. Yeah, this is grade 9, guys. Of course, because yeah, I know this was not the plan, but you see, sometimes plans change. They change for reasons that I sometimes don't know, but it is what it is. I can imagine the grade 11s are probably seething in the other side. I'm sorry, guys. I'll be with you shortly. Mr. Pretty, I was doing grade 8 not so long ago. I'm gonna be out of here after. Mr. I enjoy your work. You are. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm happy to do this when I can. KBM, thank you so much. Yeah, KBM has been doing the most. Thank you, KBM and Sefame. It's like KBM and Sefame. Yeah, overwhelmed with the goodness, the kindness, the generosity. Thank you so much. You guys have no idea. It means a lot. Okay, so?
I'm still calculating.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so for those that joined in and are like, what's happening? Firstly, she helped me answer this question. What is an algebraic expression containing two terms called? When you have two terms in an expression, we call it a binomial. What are x and y in the expression here? We call them variables. The x and the y are the letters of the alphabet. We call them variables. They stand in the place of unknown numbers. Simplify the following. Remember the square root, we can split here the square root. Square root of 9, square root of x to the power 4, square root of y squared, because the 9, the x, and the y are multiplied. So we can split the square root for the 9, for the x to the power 4, and for the y squared. When that happens, she said we convert 9 to 3 squared. And then, of course, what you do is you divide the square root, you divide by 2 for each exponent to remove the square root. 2 divided by 2, that's 3 to the power 1. 4 divided by 2 is squared. 2 to the power 2, you have 1 as an exponent. Then here, the two brackets, we apply FOIL. You multiply the first, you distribute x to x, you distribute x to negative 3. X times x is x squared. X times negative 3, negative 3x. Okay. Then 5, positive 5 times x is positive 5x. Positive 5 times negative 3. Positive times the negative is negative. 5 times 3 is 15. You then add the like terms. These are like terms. Negative 3x plus 5x is 2x. You keep the x squared. You keep the negative 15. You are left with just these three terms. These are unlike terms. We cannot add them further. We stop right there. Okay, now we are here at 6.3.3.
So since in the expression we have 25z to the power of 2 and 5z to the power of 1, so we are going to divide those two because they have the same variables and they're going to give us 5z. Then we're gonna say negative 9 divide by 3, which will give us negative 3. So our answer is 5z minus 3.
Okay, I hear what you are saying, all right? But I'm going to have to say the way you got to the answer is incorrect. Your answer may be correct, but the way you got to the answer is incorrect. So we're going to have to fix that way. All right. Yeah, the 25z squared minus 9 must at the top. What can you do? You can
factorize.
What type of factorization can you see in the numerator? You have highest common factor. You have difference of two squares. You have your trinomial factorization. You have your grouping. You have your common bracket. So which one is this one?
I can factorize by taking out the highest common factor.
Nope, not this one. Okay, so take note of what you see here. This is a difference. 9 is a perfect square number. 25 is a perfect square number. Z is a perfect square variable because it is raised to an even exponent. So this is a difference of two perfect squares. So the method here is that you look at the expression at the top and at the bottom. If factorization is possible, you apply it where it's possible. So at the top here, yes, your highest common factor is 1, but 1 does not have a significant impact in the expression. So taking it out is not going to change anything. 1 is the identity element for multiplication. Anything that you multiply by 1 is that thing, right? So highest common factor is not going to help us here. Difference of two squares, yes. Do you know when you apply difference of two squares, what you do when you factorize W?
Yes.
So what would we do here for the expression at the top?
Okay, we'll first look for the number that we can divide the expression without leaving a remainder.
Okay, I'm listening.
Let me see.
So can I just interject here, W?
Yes.
Difference of two squares factorization, you factorize by opening two brackets. I don't know if you've learned this.
Yes.
Yeah. Then 25z squared and 9. What is the square root of 9? W. It is 3, right? What is the square root of 25?
5.
It's 5. And then what is the square root of z squared, which is the variable that is multiplied to 25?
It is z.
So the 5, the square root of 25, the z, the square root of z squared, that will be your first term in each bracket. Why? Because 5z times 5z gives you 25z squared. 9, the square root of 9 is 3. So you're going to write 3 and 3 for your last term in each bracket. Then because it is a difference of two squares, a negative sign for your second term means you are going to have different signs inside your bracket. Are you following?
Yes.
So that's going to be plus, minus. That is what we call factorization. That is difference of two squares. Have we done this, W?
Yes.
Okay. So had you just forgotten it?
I was just focusing on the other topics and I was going to practice this one.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so remember, for your factorizations in grade 9, you have your highest common factor, difference of two squares, trinomial, grouping, and then your grouping is also accompanied by your common bracket. Okay, so that's how we factorize the numerator. In the denominator, you have that 5z plus 3. We're going to put that in brackets. And that is to sort of like say, we acknowledge that 1 is the highest common factor. So we just have that invisible 1. It's there, it's outside. We just put the 5z plus 3 in brackets. Make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes,
Or no? You can say so if it doesn't, so that I can explain.
it does make sense.
Then you can now cancel these 2, because this bracket is multiplied with that one. Cancellation can happen with common brackets, numerator, denominator, as long as the brackets are not added or subtracted to something else, as long as the brackets are multiplied to something else. Cancellation can happen top and bottom. Something divided by itself gives you what? Gives you 1. So that's why the answer is 5z minus 3 for this reason, not for the reason that you mentioned earlier on. Because you see, the thing is, we can't cancel things across an addition and a subtraction sign. We can't. It's not allowed. Okay. Thank you so much, Shy Babylon, for the beautiful donuts. Thank you. Thanks a ton. W, are we together?
Yes,
Yeah. So that's how we go about it. Division of expressions means that you look at the denominator. Can you factorize? If you can, do it. You look at the numerator. Can you factorize? If you can, you do it. And you always consider your different types of factorizations as you consider factorization. Then after factorization, there is always, or in most cases, something that can be cancelled top and bottom because of the relationship of multiply in the numerator and the denominator. When you cancel, you are left with your simplistic or simplified answer, and that's where you end.
yes.
Yeah. So those are factorization questions. I don't know. I don't think.
So the first one is factorization by taking out a bracket.
Yeah, there we go. So what would you write? I like how sharp. I must say, W, you are very sharp. You are extremely sharp. Like, it's insane. You probably like a top performer at school with your maths.
Yes. So since we have the same things in the brackets, which is Q minus R, so we'll just open 2 brackets, which it'll be Q minus R, because we have the other one. Then on the second bracket, we'll write 3x minus 2. That is our final answer.
That's very true. So this is factorization, and you see that type. You see we've covered now common bracket. So that's common bracket factorization. Difference of 2 squares we saw. I guess we can see that really and truly our factorization there. So the thing is, when we factorize, we always check how many terms do we have in the expression. So W, if I asked you how many terms we have in this expression, what would you say? How many terms do we have?
We have 2 terms.
Very true. So there is a common bracket though, which is Q minus R. You take that out, then what gets left on the left? 3x. That's why we have 3x in the other bracket. What gets left on the right? Negative 2. That's why I have negative 2 there. Okay, here's 6.4.2. Can you do that as well?
That is the factorization by taking out the highest common factor, which is we'll have to find the highest common factor of the expression. Then after finding the highest common factor of the expression, we divide the expression by the highest common factor. Then after we'll look for the variable with the smallest exponent, then we put it outside the bracket with the highest common factor. Then the answers that we got while dividing the expression by the highest common factor, we put them inside the bracket.
Okay, so let's go. You are definitely leading us very nicely. Our leader, take us.
So we'll first check out if 2 it is our highest common factor or not. So we'll first divide it by, we'll say 10 divided by negative 10 divided by 2, which it will give us, we'll first write 2x outside the bracket.
2x outside the bracket. Highest common factor, sign, number, and letter, yes.
Then we open the bracket. Then we'll divide 2x by 2t cubed, which will give us x squared.
Okay, we are left with x squared. Yes, that's true.
Then we divide negative 10 by 2x, which will give us negative 5x.
Very good, negative 5x.
Then we'll divide negative 28x by 2, which will give us negative 14, because x and x cancel each other.
Awesome. Sure. This girl's on fire.
And we are done.
I don't think so. Seems like we have a second type of factorization. This is a 2-in-1. Look at the bracket. Can you factorize further?
Oh yeah, we can. Then after we open, let me see. Then after we apply the factorization of differences of 2 squares.
Okay. Difference of 2 squares, remember, applied only when there was a difference, meaning there was a subtraction sign difference and then a perfect square on either side. This one is a trinomial, quadratic trinomial. Okay, so we are entering into that zone. So highest common factor we've seen. Now it seems like we are entering into this zone of trinomial, quadratic trinomial. Do you know how we factorize a quadratic trinomial?
I know it by using the method of negative of x equal to b negative b plus or minus a square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
Oh wow, that is interesting. That is so interesting. So the x is equal to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a is something that you guys are taught?
Yes. So we'll first
in grade 9.
Yeah, it is because of my maths teacher gave us this method because some of the learners couldn't understand by the factors method. So he gave them this method so that they can understand.
Your teacher is one interesting person, that's for sure. So can I just ask one more question? I'm sorry. This is very intriguing for me.
Yes.
So are you I just want to ask one more question. Are you attending a private school where you're doing IEB, or are you guys doing CAPS?
We're just doing CAPS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. That is very interesting. The thing is there's merit. Let me just say this, and that's not to bash anyone, but it's just to emphasize something. There is merit in being taught how to factor, as in like the relationship of numbers, multiplied and added. Because I mean, if learners are struggling with the relationship of numbers multiplied and added, because This is what this is. All you are doing is you're looking for factors of 14, which when you multiply give you negative 14, but when you add, you must get negative 5. So you
Negative
must think
5.
of two numbers, and the signs of those numbers must be 100% on point. In later grades, you are going to get exposed to the formulas, the quadratic formulas, and so forth. But even those, what they are just it's there obviously to help facilitating doing things without really thinking. But this, it's an important thing for your own thought process, you being able to apply your multiplication. Because think about it. In primary, you guys learned multiplications, your times tables. You were doing addition and subtraction for the longest time. So now it all has to kind of come together. And so when you factor, you are actually applying both your addition and subtraction skills together with your multiplication skills. And it then comes to light as to whether your multiplication and addition skills are on point when you factorize. Okay, so I would encourage you to as much as possible, if you can, whilst you are here in grade 9, to try and actually exercise your mind to use the factor method. The reason being that helps with just the logical number thinking, and I think it also makes you sharp. It sharpens your mind when you can actually do that mentally. So I'm gonna encourage that. Okay. So
Yeah.
can you get me the factors without actually using the quadratic formula? Because it's the quadratic formula that you were talking about.
So the factors will be 7 multiplied by 2.
Okay, very good. 7 and multiplied by 2. Now the only other thing you need to fix then is the signs of 7 and 2. What
So
will the signs of 7 and 2 be?
so we'll have different signs because
Yes,
the answer that
very
we are
true.
looking for, it's negative 5, which is we'll have negative 7 plus 2.
Very good. Thank you. I think like I said, to me, you strike me as a very, you are like, yeah, you are smart, that's for sure. That much I've seen, because you've moved, like, you literally, like, you're just going through these questions as if like they are nothing. So to me, that suggests that you've got a very sharp mind. So I'd like you to actually stay on the trail of cultivating that and just sharpening that even more. Okay. So yes, it's negative 7 and 2. You're 100% correct. You multiply these two, you get negative 14. The addition of negative 7 and 2 gives you negative 5. And then x squared, most, you just put x and x. You bring the 2x down, and that's it. So please, as much as possible, can you factor? Use the factor method. Sharpen your mind. 2 in 1. So we had highest common factor and we had quadratic trinomial in one problem. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Man, I am pulling you now. That's for sure. You said equations as well, right?
What?
Did you say equations as well?
Yeah, this one's.
Okay, so for those that are wondering about grade 9 papers, download it from testpapers.co.za. Yeah, guys, there's a lot of papers there. You can download grade 9, June, exemplars, different provinces, the works, yeah. So credits to them, these people, not me. Yeah. Okay. Let's come here, direct here. So for x 0,3, x minus 2,1 is equal to 0,7 minus 0,4x.
Okay, let me first calculate it.
Okay. W, I'm going to have
Yes.
to do something weird here, and that is I'm going to have to leave you right now. Reason being, like, I feel like I'm going to be hey, I'm going to get into trouble. There are people that are waiting for a grade 11 lesson to commence, and I should have been there I should have been there a long time ago now. So I'm going to have to love and leave you here. But I believe in you. You said you are writing when? This grade 9?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, ne?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I want to say all the best for tomorrow's paper. I do believe you've actually made quite a lot of headways. So yeah, just polish up, and then yeah, I'll hear from you after you write tomorrow. So I guess somehow you'll have to let me know how it went.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers. And have an amazing night.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, KB. Cheers, KB. Thank you so much. KB is doing the most. My goodness. Too many paper cranes tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, KBM. I really appreciate you, buddy. Yo. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Guys, I have to love and leave you because I have to switch over to my other platform. Grade 11s, they've been crying for me to come there. So I have to go over there just now. So let me go there now. Yes, grade 11. I'm going to, so all the people, I'm going to my other TikTok page, grade 11. I'm going to go to my other TikTok page. I have another TikTok page called Maths is a Game, but it's for grade 11s and 12. This one is for grade 8s, 9s, and 10s. All right. Grade 10s, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. All right. Again, later on tomorrow. But you guys, I've said to you, please, you must go to my YouTube channel, guys. There's too much content that I've put up of live lessons for you. So you guys should go to my YouTube channel, check out the content that's there, and really like thumb in through the content because there's too much. Like I feel like I've done so much for the grade 10s. It's not even funny. So please utilize that platform for me, will you? And then yeah, link to my YouTube channel is in the bio. There's many live lessons that I've uploaded for your perusal. Both paper 1, paper 2, graphs, factorization, you name it, man. Your paper 2, trigonometry, analytical geometry. There's like a 3-hour live lesson that I did with grade 10 geometry, all in one, analytical geometry, Euclidean geometry, and trigonometry. I did 3 in 1 there. I think it went on for a good 3 hours there. So go thumb through my videos. You'll see it. It's there. Thank you so much, Shai Babylon. Thank you, Shai Babylon, for the heart meet. Okay, guys, thank you. I really appreciate y'all, all the people that support me in the live show. Thank you so much. I appreciate all that you do. Thank you. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you so much. You have no idea. I feel like I'm just going to spew out gratitude. But thank you so much. Be blessed. I am going to go over to the grade 11s now and do that live lesson. So all those who are in grade 11 and 12, if you are here, please go and search for my Maths is a Game TikTok page that has a white profile picture. I think there I have like around about just over 40k followers. So just go there and I'm going live. Literally, I'm going to end this, go and restart that one. Going to have the grade 11s there. Cheers. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the happiest year of my life.